Hello everybody and welcome to the Winter Summit 2026 recap. My name is King Condor and I'm going to be your host for the evening. Behind me here on the board you will see the old school RuneScape roadmap for 2026, which Jagex pitched at us this week, and fuck me, have I got some mixed feelings and opinions about what's going on behind us. And I want to know what you guys think as well, so in the comment section down below, don't be afraid to leave a rating out of 10. Let me know your favorite and least favorite thing on this board. Give me your thoughts and opinions, because I'd love to pick your brains a little bit and decide if I'm feeling confident about my opinions, or maybe you might change my opinion. Who knows? While you're down there, hit the like and subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate the support. And if you're having issues in the bedroom, I can throw 3 inches on the end of your cock for free easily. All you got to do is go over to kick.com/KingCondor and hit the follow there, because we're live 5 days a week right there and also right here on YouTube. Come by, say hi, call me a dickhead, and then when you're ready, you can fuck off. Currently going for Blood Tour, first time, no guides, no experience, just absolutely booking it. So we're up to Leviathan at the moment, which is good fun. Anyways, let's look at the old school RuneScape roadmap and what we have in store for us. So Jagex pitched it. They've got the Dead Man happening January 30th, which we already knew this was going to happen. Then Leagues was announced, which I was expecting to happen in June based on the 666 being the 6th of June 2026, which is the 20-year anniversary of the Falador massacre. So massive missed opportunity there by Jagex, but I'm happy to see it in April because, well, that makes it even sooner, which this league, the rewards are fucking awesome. We'll go through those in a minute. In the summer, which means any time from fucking June till, 3 years from now, we'll get Summer Sweep Up number 2, which I'm predicting we're going to see a Turmican Shadow / Magic rework, and then just maybe whatever else you guys think. I haven't thought about it too much, to be honest. And the Blood Moon Rises, which was delayed until the summer coming up. And then we have in the autumn, community bingos, not like Gridmaster, but your own bingos you can make for your clans, which is mildly anticipated. I was expecting something a bit more exciting on the board. Maybe it belongs down in the and more section, but still. And then we've got the Fractured Archive in the winter at the end of this year. Debatable whether it's going to be delayed or not. Who knows? The Fractured Archive is the 4th raid in old school RuneScape. We're going to go through all this information now. Let me grab my latest and greatest wireless mouse so I can scroll down. Someone commented the other day, by the way, ill wireless mouse. Fucking brain damage. I need to figure out who that was. I'm going to call you out when I find your comment again. It's the weirdest fucking thing I've had commented in a while. Anyways, so here's the list behind us, but we're going to go over the TLDRs and I'm going to switch a few tabs depending on the content. Now, I don't want to spend too much time talking about each segment, but the first one on the list is the Fractured Archive, which is the brand new 4th raid in old school RuneScape, and fuck me dead, is Jagex cooking with this one. I thought they were talking about the Majorite storyline, that new quest that comes after Wild Graphic Sleep. So to see a quest here, rather than it be about some sort of regional culture like a Fremennik raid, which everyone wanted, or a Karamjan raid, or a Valamor raid, we got a raid more around a quest and some like lore in a cave about nothing to do with a culture or some sort of town or city, nothing vampiric, nothing desert related. This was a completely different turn or twist on the events here. And I think it's awesome. And it's a sidestep from the quest. It's more of like a side quest, a side story. It doesn't interfere with the actual Wild Graphic Sleeps and Majorite storyline in terms of questing, which is also really cool. I think they've made a smart approach here. Apparently this is like based on some early concept of Gothics from like 20 years ago. I'm not sure, like this little skull thing here. I don't know much about the lore otherwise, but what I do know is that they're taking the Theatre of Blood approach here, where you will not be doing skilling or puzzling or scouting or invocation searching. You will be raiding, and it's just going to be boss, and motherfucking boss. And I'm hoping it's not just as difficult or more difficult than any other raid, but also more fun than any other raid. Jagex can really take this to the next level, and I think they're gonna do a good job. It's in good hands. It's going to be scaled from 2 to 8 players, which means it's going to be as widely accessible as TOA in terms of having a big team, but also it's going to be more duo dependent and even solo dependent than Theatre of Blood. Currently doing Tob solo is irrelevant, and for those who need the validation from their peers because they're unloved at home by their parents, I don't know what for. It's not even a combat task. That's how relevant solo Tob is. But given the fact that Jagex has perfectly scaled Yama in their recent release, Yama is a duo boss, and you can solo that comfortably, but it is way better, way more efficient, way more fun, and way more simple in a duo. But solo, there's no scale down. You just have to have that extra pressure on yourself. I believe they can pull that off in this raid too. So soloing this raid will be difficult, but will not be impossible. So I'm hoping that they keep that scale, as long as it's not ridiculous and done retardedly like Tob, which wasn't intended to be solid. I'm sure they won't make that mistake. We will be fine. You will require while Guthix sleeps to access this raid, which is a pretty fair requirement, especially given the difficulty, which means some accounts will be locked out of it, but those accounts are your own fucking problems. Jagex will work around with that later. And finally, if we pull up the blog here quickly, excuse me. So we got the blog, we got some concept designs here. The trailer is sick, by the way. I recommend checking it out. We're going to do a few rewatches on stream later to check for some Easter eggs, but with my mouse out of the way like a fucking high school teacher watching a video. So, what do we got here? We got some concept art, some sneak peeks. We've got this is the base design here. It's grey and green, and it's got like a bunch of mold and roots and fucking algae everywhere, which is pretty cool. Very Guthix driven, very cavey. Now, this is what I was talking about. This is the Guthixian Archive Guardian, which seems to be based off of the early concepts of what Guthix would look like, which seemed to just be a big skull with the teeth from that, what's his name? The character you play in fucking Medieval. Leave his name down below. I can't remember at the moment. Danny McBride or something. I don't remember. This is one of the fucking most... This is an insane concept art, by the way. You thought Akka looked good in the concept art. This is insane. Hopefully this means a Justicia upgrade of some sort for us players. So panic buy Justicia while you can. We may be getting some absolutely fucking behemoth content here. But at least whoever the hell this is, which is the Ezekiel boss... This looks fucking insane. This guy looks like it's going to be tough. And it looks like, considering he's wearing metal, he's going to be weak to magic. Given Jagex, however, they'll completely fuck us on that one, and he's going to be weak to crush. Hopefully, so panic buy Inquisitors as well, please, because I'm trying to sell my Inquisitors I invested in a long time ago, and I need the money. So panic buy Inquisitors. I need it like 500 mil a set, please. Like, Inquisitors is going to be best of slot here. You heard it here first. I have no logic, reason behind that, by the way. That's just the general conception of the community at the moment. However, that is all we have for now. They don't know where they're going to go with mega rares and rewards. I am predicting a new best in slot melee glove, I think. I'm predicting some sort of armor upgrade with Justicia and / or Inquisitors, I would say. Mega rare wise, I want to see a crush weapon, but then they'll probably remove crush from the scythe, which might damage the scythe, but not really, because it still doesn't really... I mean, you barely use crush on the scythe now these days. Maybe a second ring slot, some sort of double ring slot or something. Maybe that's possible. I don't know what else to predict at the moment. This is really all they've given us for now. They've kept it really under wraps. Now, some content creators have already played around with concepts of this raid. Now, under NDA, they're not allowed to start buying shit that would likely be useful for this raid to be able to manipulate the market, but content creators are also retarded and socially inept. They will be doing it. So while you're watching content creators and streamers that went to that Jagex event, keep a close eye on their bank and their Grand Exchange transactions. Just ask them randomly, hey, show me a Grand Exchange history for a sec. I just want to see something, or maneuver and articulate your way into getting them to show you. See what they're randomly investing in and why. Watch the market, because these people are slimy and they will go ahead and try to make money off of this shit. And why shouldn't you be able to do that as well? Why not? Fuck it. They break NDA. It doesn't matter anyway at the end of the day. This raid is going to be awesome. It's going to make people a lot of money. It's going to make people very happy. I just hope Jagex really does nail it, knock it out of the park. And if there's any delays, there better be a fucking good reason for it. So, Fractured Archives, massive so far. But let's get back to the main blog, which is right here. Move my mouse back over there. So, Demonic Packs, League 6. This looks good. Look at this fucking screenshot. What do you think? I'm going to get my ass out of the way real quick. That's a nice wallpaper right there. Demonic Packs looks good. It involves Yama and not in Yama's location. The starting area for this raid will be somewhere else now. Probably going to be Ardone or some shit. Maybe it'll be in Valamor. Who knows? But they're going to change the location. It's going to be a locked, region-locked league still, which is cool. The Sage has been captured by Yama, and now it's more going to be... oh, fuck. Is that all they got here? Okay, let me load up the blog again, because these rewards are fucking sick. My apologies. Alright, so here it is. There's your announcement. There's your trailer. There's the rules. So the rules will be, everyone is an Ironman, of course. Increased XP rates of 5, which will increase as you get more relics. Unlimited run, which should be standard in-game. Automatically have certain shit unlocked. This standard league basics. If you haven't done a league before, you've been living under a fucking rock, you need to get your shit together. Start playing leagues. It is the most fun you're ever going to have in this game. Now, Some people don't want to play leagues. That's fine. I don't want to fucking hear it. Enjoy your main game. That's totally cool. I won't judge you any further. Now, what's changed? Area locking is still going to be a thing, but you will not be starting Miss Stalin, but you will get Cruncher for free at a later date, not in the tutorial. They're not sure, or they haven't told us the starting area yet. Boss variants will make a return. Not all the bosses are going to be the same Echo bosses. There will be other ones, and there will be new items and rewards from them as well. Demonic packs are similar to combat masteries. I just hope Jagex doesn't make it that ranged weapons get unlimited accuracy, because then it just becomes a T-bow meta, and it kind of just kills the game. You finish the game with a twisted bow. If you don't go twisted bow, or you don't go max range, you just miss the fuck out. So hopefully they mix it up a bit, or change, or just completely rework the way combat works in demonic packs. That would be awesome. Now, sailing is not in this league because sailing isn't complete yet. Makes sense. Kind of an L though on Jagex's front, but that's fine. Maybe in the next league, we'll see sailing come to it, and the rewards are huge. Here is your usual league outfit. Every year we get a league's outfit. This is the Demonic Packs league outfit. Pretty cool. This is the worst of the lot, to be honest, and this isn't even bad. Now you got this demonic this banger of a banner with, you can put contracts in your little trophies now, which is pretty sick. Now we're going to move on to what's important. The home teleport. Every year they cook, and every year the home teleport is sick. Basically, the imps come around, they draw a circle, Yama grabs you from underneath and pulls you into his little rape dungeon, which is fucking sick. Not bad for a home teleport. You got the demonic throne in your player-owned house. You can now go from this to Yama's throne, which is pretty sick. And then we got the minion override. This is awesome. Your thralls. That's it. Demonic minions, and this is now your thralls. So I know you use your plugin to, I got Cowfight Queen as my thrall. Yeah, it's gay as fuck. We don't use that plugin here. We do not do that here. Now, you've got the thrall override. You can have your melee, range, and mage thralls looking like fucking G's, which is awesome. Weapon ornament kits. The only one here that matters is, boom, Yama's fucking axe for the Soropa axe. It's like a giant zombie axe, but it's Yama's axe. It's fucking huge. This shit, this don't matter. These are all dead as fuck mage items no one's ever going to use beyond basic early game account builds. Soropa axe, I'm actually going to have to go get my Soropa axe now, because that is one hell of a fucking ornament kit. That is big. Love the axe. And then we've got the Oath Plate, fucking Oath Plate Slayer helmet. Boys, if you're using Oath Plate with Slayer, get the, mate, how could, yes. Fucking yes. Big, this is huge. The Radiant one looks fucking sick. You're obviously too shit to get Radiant Oath Plate, but when you can, go ahead and grab it. Grab the Radiant Oath Plate Slayer helmet. This shit is fucking huge. Demon Butler now looks like a fucking professional. You can get him a nice suit, and he'll just deliver, I guess, what is that, like a contract on a silver platter for you, which is awesome. And then, of course, the demon skin recolor. We can now have leukemia. Yes, I'm talking about ligma. That's right, Legionnaire's disease is coming to old school RuneScape. You can be red as fuck. Just don't do it in real life, as you look like this dickhead here, which is just, frankly, embarrassing as fuck. Anyways, that is the League 6 Demonic Packs announcements and rewards. It's very simple. It's another fucking league, and it's going to cook like always. As long as Jagex doesn't make the same mistakes as League 3, they're going to have a good fucking time. Now, Deadman Annihilation. This is a new Deadman event. A lot of people are still umming and ahhing about Deadman. This is the most user and casual friendly Deadman event to date. It's ironic that Deadman and PvP is in such a, don't get me wrong, I love PvP. I think Deadman is great fun, but Deadman and PvP is in such a shit and backwards ass state that the only way to make it good and successful is to do anything other than PvP. If you want to incorporate good content with Deadman, you essentially have to make it like a league. Encourage people to PvM, to skill, to do anything but fight, just so that this game mode is successful, which is just a fact of Deadman at the end of the day. Otherwise, it's going to be malicious, there's going to be griefing, and there's going to be fucking problems. So Deadman Annihilation is coming, and I reckon you should try it out because it is going to be a banger. Even if you play for a few weeks, it is totally legal to make money and swap it over to the main game for a good amount of cash in return. Use legitimate, use content creator discords. I think usually whoever does RuneScape Chronicles, KempQ, he usually does a Discord. I think Odablock might usually do one as well. I can't remember who else does, but a few credible creators will have Discords running where they will do gold swapping, because that's how people get a leg up in the game. A lot of PvPers and clans like to swap gold so that way they can get ahead in Deadman and just absolutely fucking rinse people. it's allowed. It is at your own risk, though. That is the only thing Jagex says. You can do it, you won't get banned, but if you get scammed, that's your own fucking fault. So use credible Discord, swap your gold if you want to make money in the main game. And for those that want to play, good luck. If you make it to the finale, fucking big shit, dude. February 21st. This year? Huh. I thought it was in like mid-year. Okay, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know shit. But we all know about how Dead Man Annihilation, how it's going to work. We've heard about it time and time again. You guys know the details. If you want to know more, there's videos on my channel on how to do this, how to run Dead Man. But let's move on to more important content. Dead Man All-Stars, which is... Oh, this was in June. Right. Oh, dickhead. There you go. Dead Man All-Stars was in June, and the finale is happening in June. Right. I thought for some reason Dead Man Annihilation was the one that everyone's doing in Chicago. I forgot. Dead Man All-Stars is happening. That's starting in June. So good luck to all the players in June. Enjoy watching that. That's going to be good fun. Now let's talk about something important. The Blood Moon Rises. Mod Ed is a fucking unit, and he has been cooking. This is a quest and a story people have been anticipating for a while. It was unfortunately delayed for whatever reason. So, but I've got the blog here for you, so we can go through it very quickly and have a good time. Blood Moon Rises. What this is going to bring is the final Marique Saga quest, the final Vampirium place. It's going to be red. It's going to be hot. There's crimson shit everywhere. Quest requirements, 70 plus in skills and 110 combat. It's going to be big. Likely the hardest quest so far in the game. Spoiler warning, it's going to be good. Now here's your quest rewards. You got the flail upgrade. So you know that little zombie flail, not zombie, vampire flail that everyone has? It's super dog shit and annoying. They're making it slightly less dog shit, but still annoying as fuck. So you're going to have a new flail, which is dog shit, and you're going to be having to use this in the quest, which is going to suck. That's just a vampire questline in a nutshell. New spec weapon, which they haven't sussed out the name of yet. This is going to be a spec weapon of some sorts with a stab attack bonus and a nice 5-tick melee strength bonus, which is pretty cool. It'll be a reward from the quest, and it will have a 50% spec, which lunges dealing 70% of maximum damage on a successful hit. Now, this is actually meant to essentially one hit, I believe, if they're under that HP. If a monster has less HP than this attack would deal, this attack always rolls exactly 70% of its maximum accuracy roll. Maybe not then. Maybe it's meant to be some sort of finisher, but it's less accurate if it's going to one-hit them. And it doesn't sound like it can be used in PvP, or at least doesn't work on players. So I don't know how hard this is going to go. It's a two-handed special attack weapon, but maybe there'll be a use for it somewhere. I mean, if you want to roll the dice in accuracy, you could probably clean up someone like Nex if you needed to get that last 40 HP out. Who knows? Now, the Land of Vampirium has a bunch of different monsters and creatures, which we'll briefly go over. There's the flora. You can see how fucking red the plain is. Everything is red. Bloodwood trees. You cut these, you get sap. You turn the sap into good shit, and then you get Seeker arrows, which Seeker arrows are the new best in slot arrows. Basically, it's the same as normal arrows, but with 23 increased accuracy. And +2 minimum hit bonus, which is massive, which means your minimum hit becomes 3 instead of 1, and you get an insane increase in accuracy, by the way. That on the T-bow with the quiver is nuts. 23. This goes with any dragon head, by the way. You throw dragon heads on there, it gets the dragon head strength bonus with increased accuracy on top of the bonus from the quiver. This is going to put the T-bow to a whole new level. This is massive for T-bow users. 100%. Like this fucks the bow for essentially even more into the ground. So Twisted Bow is going to skyrocket for sure. These are going to be massive. They're going to be craftable, obtainable. They're going to be super useful. They're not going to be the easiest to acquire, but Seeker arrows are going to be absolutely massive. This is going to make a lot of content in the game, a lot of hard combat task content a lot easier for you guys, especially for those ranging. Even if you're not using a T-bow, Venator bow even. It's going to come through. It's going to be Scorching Bow on Doom, for example. This is going to increase your accuracy insanely. And you're going to have the increased minimum hit, which is always a good way to increase DPS without blasting power creep through the fucking roof. So, massive. Loving these little shafts. Then we got these skimpies. It's basically just some hunter method where you basically just... It's similar to Chin Chomper hunting. Grab them. Or there's like a slow method where you, instead of doing box trapping, there's I think you just AFK and just click the tree or some shit. It's a new hunter method. I'm sure we'll see it in a better concept in the near future. Leech fins are a sort of fishing where you fish leech fins and then you can make sandwiches. And those sandwiches are pretty good. They heal you for 16 HP with a similar attack delay as Karambram. So I believe they can be combo eaten. but you can't eat for the next 9 game ticks, which is 3 times longer than normal after eating food. But your next successful melee hit will heal you for another 16 HP as well. So if you combo this with like Marlin and eat this sandwich, you get 40 HP. And then if you successfully attack within the next 12 seconds, you'll get another 16 HP. So the Marlin plus sandwich and then the sandwich bonus, 56 HP provided you attack, but you won't be able to eat again for another 9 game ticks after eating the sandwich. So that attack it's kind of worth it. It might make for some interesting PvP combos. I'm gonna let the PvPers figure this out and let them go from there, because it's gonna be it's fun. It's gonna be interesting to do that. Creating it is gonna just be a leech fin, bread, and fine or premium offcuts. So premium offcuts. I don't know what premium offcuts are. Must be a new offcut. All right, let's go. Spoiler alert for sailing. PVM and Slayer. There's gonna be Venators, which are similar to Venator bows, except they are just big ass bats. They're going to be good fun. Hunting them off task as well will be totally doable, but not worth your time. 74 Slayer. And then you've got the UR Maggots and the Maggot King. Yes, the Maggot King is here. Early up joke, it's meant to be an F instead of an M. Yes, I agree. However, the Maggot King will be the quest boss, which you're going to be able to fight repeatedly. Going to be a lot of fun, of course. They always cook with these bosses, but it's going to give us this new Crimson Bludgeon and the Necklace of Pursuit. Necklace of Pursuit is your Zenite upgrade that Anguish hasn't had yet. It's going to be an extra, I'll go back to that first. It's going to be an extra 7 range accuracy, 2 range strength, and 1 prayer bonus over the Anguish. Big upgrade, yes please. Now the Crimson Bludgeon is going to be your Dragon Claws of Crush. What does that mean? Basically, well, it's just think of Dragon Claws, but if something's got a little bit of crush defense, you know, and it's going to be pretty fucking dirty. It looks like it's going to be fun to use. Pretty sure it's one-handed. Maybe? It is one-handed. Oh, no, it's two-handed. No, it is one-handed. Sorry, I've got brain damage. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's one-handed. So the defender will run with it, and it's going to just hit 4 times, and every time it successfully lands a hit, it will increase its max hit and minimum hit by 20%. So going from 70 to 110% of your damage, all the way up to 130 to 170%. If you max roll this 4 times, you're essentially doing Dragon Claw damage. Going to be huge with anything that's got a weakness to crush. Going to be massive in places like the Nightmare. This is going to be an awesome weapon to use. It's going to look sick. Unfortunately, they're not pushing it past the Dragon Claws, which makes sense considering Dragon Claws comes from a raid. It needs to maintain that value, but I feel like Dragon Claws being the peak is starting to become a little stale. So hopefully in the near future, when they bring a new KO spec weapon, they do kind of push beyond that now. The Void Waker obviously didn't hit that mark either, which is another reason why it falls off, other than botting. But these 2 rewards look like they're going to be dope as long as the drop table is good on this boss. What happens next? Well, they're going to poll the rewards and the concept of this entire quest in the near future. So Blood Memorizers is massive. I'm looking forward to that shit. That's going to be cool. And that is coming mid-year. Very good. What do we got next on the menu there that looks good? The roadmap for sailing. Well, fuck. They're fixing boat combat finally. Then they're going to update boat combat. And the Red Reef, and a player-designed island. I heard No Monkey's Wife had a fucking huge player-designed island that's coming to the game. So looking forward to that. Then we've got Autumn. That's in the summer, by the way, which is a while away. Autumn, we've got the sequel quest to the storyline of the Turtles, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, that's the Red Reef. Maybe it's something else. And a new Barracuda trial, which is pointless, in my opinion, because everyone's already done those 3. Unless it's going to be some in-game Barracuda trial. I'm looking forward to checking it out regardless. And then sea expansions will come later on in the next coming few years, which will be nice and fun for us all to do more sailing and exploring with the sea charting, because we all love that fucking current duck. So big sailing update. Moving on now to the Idols of Milk and the Bovine Bully. This is your new free-to-play boss, the Enraged Cow, and fuck me, he's a big bastard. Look at this guy. My word. Now, what is this? It's just it's an endgame fucking free-to-play cow boss. That's it. You're just whipping a cow to death. And it is free-to-play. Yes, did I mention that? The rewards are a bottomless bucket of milk, cow slippers, a steel defender for free-to-play players, by the way, which is cool, called the Muleta, and the cowbell amulet, which will teleport you to the Lumbridge cow patch, which is actually kind of busted for clue scrolls, and rump steak, which is basically just like tuna or some shit. So, that's really all it is. It's actually badass, but there's not really much else to share on this content. But when it comes out, it's going to be a fucking meme. So Probably one of the biggest updates so far from this, or proposals from this summit. Big ups on the cow boss. Next, we've got the Summer Sweep Up 2. This is basically them saying Summer Sweep Up 2 is coming. They're going to do more rebalancing and more fun, which last Summer Sweep Up was massive. Was a big fan of it. This is where we're going to get our shadow rework that they've been anticipating, I believe. So don't buy your shadow at the moment because it may look at going down in price even further. I guess we'll find out when the proposal comes through. Summer Sweep Up is a touchy subject, but usually they cook and they balance it correctly. They need to do this shit to keep the game alive, living, and running at a reasonable rate. So just leave it in Jagex's hands and wait for the polls. We know it's coming soon. The bingo community feature is now basically allowing you guys to have your own in-game bingos. Make your own Gridmaster board, send it to your clan. It's going to cost them, say, 5 mil. Just say, look, 5 mil buy-in. People put 5 mil into the pool, and the winners get the money. You can choose who or how many winners, how many splits. You can see other people's boards, maybe. I don't know how it's going to work exactly. All I know is this is going to reduce the risk of people getting scammed and reduce the arguments and fallouts in clans, because bingos are really fucking just touchy for some people. People get really shitty. They're like, my 5 mil investment and I didn't win because I had bad RNG. Yet they made like 80 mil just like AFK and Warcraft looking for the Visage or some shit. Like, you made more money than your buy-in. Shut the fuck up. But bingo community feature coming to the game will be massive too for me, because I can't be fucking making my own. I'm relying on other people to make my bingo boards, and they don't want to do them either, and I don't fucking blame them. So this will be big to increase the community engagement, which we're all a fan of. Looking forward to that in the near future. This is a meme. The new renderer AI and API. Renderer is coming. HD is coming. The API is on pause. Can you believe that? Jagex with their new client, they're not doing the API, or they're pausing the API for now. That API is for your plugins. The number one thing that is what people need and rely on with their clients is plugins. And they're choosing to pause that shit. Your client is not good. When will Jagex learn that if you want your client to succeed, you need to start catching up to RuneLite. You got to start matching that shit. Fuck HD. API plugin hub is required. Like, that is your key point. That's where your focus should be. Jagex really dropping the ball on this one. They're pausing it for fucking how long? Who knows? They're prioritizing other major technical work ahead of the API that have a more immediate impact on the overall player experience, such as finishing things like HD. No, it fucking does not, cunt. There's no way that you think HD is more important than API plugins. You think HD is going to bring new players to the game? People that play RuneScape or know of RuneScape know what RuneScape is like. That is a crazy call. Whoever did that is on fucking drugs. They've got to get their shit fixed immediately. People don't play RuneScape 3 because it looks good. They play RuneScape 3 because they've got fucking brain damage. Let's just, like, understand your player base. Get the API plugins back on the menu ASAP, Jagex. Come on. Region servers are coming, or new region servers in the next few months. You're going to have cloud servers coming to the game, and then that means hopefully my ping will still be dog shit because I live in the bush, so who gives a fuck. And then RuneScape 25, they're once again celebrating 25 years of Jagex and RuneScape and plugging merch and music, which, while it does look good, is not mine, so get fucked. And that is the entire Winter Summer blog right there, ladies and gentlemen. My name is King Condor. You got a nice dick, but you can have a much bigger dick if you go to the King Condor kick stream and hit the follow button. And that's pretty much it. Gonna wrap it up. See you guys in the live stream. Nice cock. Have a good night. This is the easiest move in the raid. It's quite simple. You got a big boy. Look at him. God damn. Fuck me. Look at that boy.